Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new, my name is Carla and I make videos about how I show up for myself in hopes of inspiring you to do the same. By showing up for myself, it's the way I transformed my life, lost over half my original body weight, overhauled my mental health, changed careers, and basically it threaded through every single aspect of my life to make it just the best life that I can be by putting myself first before everybody else, which I know is very controversial. If that's the kind of thing that you are interested in, please make sure you are subscribed and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video from me. Today's video is going to be about one of my favorite topics that I am so excited to share with you and to delve further into, and that is fashion. If you followed me on Instagram or anywhere for the last couple of years, you guys will know that I am obsessed with fashion. I absolutely love it. And as somebody who was overweight until they were 33, then had a baby, and really only has gotten to explore my fashion side for the first time ever in the last year, I have learned a lot about dressing, but specifically dressing with loose skin. As I said, I lost over half my original body weight, so of course there is going to be loose skin. That is just inevitable. It's part of extreme weight loss. For me, my loose skin concentrates around my arms, it's around my breasts, it's around my stomach and my legs. So my legs for me particularly, and my stomach area would be my biggest areas of concern. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you 7 tips to help to dress with loose skin. And the reason that I want to do this video, well, there's many reasons I want to do this video, but one of the reasons is that I get so many questions about what did I do with my loose skin? Where is my loose skin? My loose skin is there, guys. It's there. It's everywhere. However, I don't let it hold me back from living my best life, nor do I let it hold me back from dressing the way that I want to. One of the biggest questions that I'm going to get as well is, will I have my skin removed, my excess skin? Yes, most likely I will have it removed, but not for a number of years because it's a quite expensive procedure and I will have to save, and I might have another child in between as well. So I don't want to do that until I'm assured that I will not be having any more children. So that's just an aside, that's just a disclaimer. Yes, I probably will have it removed, but I don't want anybody to fear loose skin after weight loss and fear that it's going to hold you back, because it's just skin. I am not the kind of person, nor have I ever been the kind of person who is very showy or display of their body or their stomach. Now I realize I'm sitting here in a leather crop top, but that is my version of showy. I am not somebody who hangs out their loose skin and is like, you know, here it is. And I completely commend the women and the men who do that. It's just not my style. It's not something I've ever done. So a lot of people are confused that I actually don't have loose skin. But honestly, I find that it's that I have learned to dress myself to the best that I can with loose skin. And there is nothing wrong with loose skin. I really want to reiterate that there is nothing wrong. But I know that some people are afraid of it, whereas I will wear a crop top. I might not, wear low-rise jeans in a crop top. I will find a way that makes me comfortable to dress. So today's video, as I said, is going to be 7 tips to help you if you are afraid of loose skin, or if you're losing weight, or if you maybe had post-natal and you are a little bit concerned about certain areas. This is going to be like an overall tips and a couple of bits that I would suggest, and then I might probably do some follow-up videos focusing maybe on casual or dress, and if that's the kind of thing you would like to see, please leave them in the comments down below. So I know this has been a bit of a long intro, but let's get into the 7 steps. I just want to give a disclaimer here that do you. That is the most important thing I want to say here, is whatever you feel comfortable in, do you. That is, like, if you want to wear spandex that is beige and makes it look like you're naked and loose skin is everywhere, do you. That is, I am not telling anybody not to wear anything. This is what I would feel comfortable in and what makes me feel so confident, and hopefully that can resonate with some of you guys. That's just a disclaimer on this. Step number 1, guys, is probably the most important, that confidence is the best way to dress with loose skin. Now, I understand that that seems a bit flippant and a bit, like, okay, well, like, how do I just become confident? Hopefully with the other 6 tips that I'm going to give you, you'll be able to develop your own confidence in your body and confidence within your skin. But I do understand that it is something that is learned. It is something that you have to grow on. It is a journey. But I will say that wearing what you want to wear with pride and doing your best thing and walking out head held high, nobody's going to notice if you've got a flappy bat wing. It's just not what happens. And I think that's the reason that so many people ask me, where is my loose skin? What's happening? Is because, one, I've learned to dress to the best for it, but also I am very confident in my physical body, despite having like a stomach hanging out right now. You know, it just is. So I think that the confidence is the most important part. I put up a reel and sort of little footage here of me walking around in a crop top, and people were like, what loose skin? You know, some people will point it out and will jeer at me and will, you know, mock me or troll me for it, and that's their business. That's to do with them, not to do with me. I am very happy in my skin, and the confidence that I feel now getting to express myself in fashion and in the style that I want to for the first time in my life makes me so happy and makes me feel so confident in myself and feel so secure in myself. I don't feel like I'm hiding away anymore. And even though I wear a lot of black, you know, people think that I'm hiding away in black, but I'm not. I am shining in it. My confidence is, I think it's the radiation and the confidence and the happiness and the security in myself that I have done through therapy, through journaling, through getting to know myself. That really shows when I am, you know, walking around and there might be, you know, an old bat wing hanging out there, you know, like there's always like a bit of back boob or something depending on it. But anyway, that is tip number 1. Next, I'm going to get into the practical tips, the actual like down to wearing things. Number 2 is to choose your fabrics wisely. Now, I want to specifically use the example of jeans here. So typically when we're thinking about denim, especially if you've been overweight at any point like I had been, I automatically always go to stretch. That is my number 1 thing, is like I need something that is stretchy to mold around, you know, to be able to fit around. But I promise you that a more structured, less stretchy fabric is actually going to help to disguise the loose skin better than something that is stretchy. But I know for me that a high-waisted mom jean in a non-stretch fabric is more flattering. And I hate the term flattering, guys, but I cannot think of another term. So please bear with me if I'm using it in this video. I can think of something else that is, maybe you guys will have something in the comments that is a similar term, you know, that looks well. I just hate the term flattering, but to hide the loose skin or to dress for loose skin, the high-waisted non-stretch, you know, like proper denim is going to look better for me than a stretchy denim, because the stretchy denim is going to stick into the areas that I am least confident about. For me, I have a double stomach, so I have one roll and then I got a big roll. So for me, if I'm wearing something that is denim and stretchy, it's going to sit into the rolls. It's going to actually like form into them so you can see. Also, when we're talking about the fabrics, I would always recommend, you know, not going for something like a lycra or something that is too stretchy. I would find, for me personally, that if I was to wear stretchy lycra or a shiny fabric around the areas that I'm unhappy with, a shiny, stretchy fabric, it is going to enhance them and it's going to make it more obvious. So I'd like to focus on more structured fabrics. And so thicker based fabrics will have a better hold. So if you're going to wear something with stretch in it, say for example, a bodysuit that, you know, that you can tuck into a pair of high-waisted trousers, there are two options. Well, there's a number of options. You could wear something that's more of like the shiny, the very viral Zara bodysuit, which looks well. However, I find that for me, if I wear something that is more of a knitted, a heavier, not necessarily like a thicker fabric, but a slightly thicker, but a better knitted fabric together, I find that they will be more suitable for me. They will just structure and hold me a bit better than the stretchier, shinier fabric. Tip number 3 is to experiment with the different silhouettes and different cuts of clothing. Every single one of us are completely different and unique in our wonderful own ways. And I know that the majority of people have issue, or the area that they're least happy with is their stomach area and the loose skin on their stomach. So if you want to experiment to find out what kind of silhouettes work for you, don't stick necessarily to ones that you maybe were very comfortable in when you were overweight, so something that's loose and baggy. If you want to wear something that is tighter, please do. But experiment with different styles. So maybe a bias cut satin dress might work really well on you. So the bias cut is where the fabric is going sideways. That might work really well for you. Or you might want to try an empire line, so something that where the waist is higher than it is, or like maybe a drop waist actually works for you. Try and go into shops and try on different silhouettes. Other styles that don't suit me and cuts don't suit me. So as I was saying, one area that I'm not that happy with is my upper arms. Like, it's not that I'm not that happy with it. I will wear like non-sleeve and cami tops and things like that. And I find that they work really well for me. Something that wouldn't work that great for me is where it cuts me off at exactly my biggest point. So if I was to wear a tight t-shirt that cut me off here, it's going to enhance and bring more attention to my upper arms. Whereas if I want to wear a t-shirt and it has a looser sleeve, it's going to look better in my opinion. Also, what might look really well is a cut-off top. So my smaller part is up on my shoulders. So if I have a cut-off tank top or a cami top or something like that, that to me, that silhouette looks better on me. I prefer that than to something that is tight and cuts off. I don't even have something tight to show you because it's not something that I do. Another thing that I really like is, another silhouette that I really like, I love a mid-axi maxi satin skirt. I love them. And I like it when they hit around my mid calf, like just under my mid calf. I have quite large calves, and when they hit just below the calf point, I find that suits me best. Tip number 4 is to accessorize well. I cannot put enough emphasis on the importance of good accessories when we are getting dressed, for a number of reasons. One is that an accessory can completely change and enhance your appearance within a certain item of clothing. The other is that accessories really help to bring attention to certain areas. So maybe they withdraw attention from another area and bring the eye to something else. Accessories are incredible at helping to change the shape of something. And so, for example, I love a bias cut dress or a long mid-axi dress. If I allow that kind of dress to just fall on me, it kind of can sometimes look like a tent, or it can end up gathering around the loose skin around my stomach. By adding a belt, either a large waist belt or a smaller, thin kind of Western style belt, I find that it really enhances the way that I look. I like the way that it sits on me, and I can pull up the fabric and basically change the entire silhouette of a dress for a very inexpensive price. If I like the style, if I like the pattern, but if the cut isn't just right on me, that silhouette, an accessory like a belt can change everything. You can also use scarves. So, you can use a scarf and tie it around your waist. You can use scarves to add as a bandeau around the top part of your body. You can use scarves even just to tie them around your neck or as a bow to bring attention. Really good jewelry, earrings, having your hair in a different way. All of these things can help to enhance your look. Tip number 5 is to not focus on the size of the garment, but go for the fit. When we lose weight, we can often place so much emphasis on the size that we end up. For me, I am a UK size 8 to 10. I am a US 4 to 6, a small to an extra small, depending on the shop. You guys know, we all know, I assume that the majority of the people here who are watching this video are female. We typically know that women's sizing is a freaking pain in the you-know-what. We know that you can go into H&M and you can try on a size 10 jeans, and you can go into Zara and try on a size 10 jeans, and they're completely different sizes. It's ridiculous. This wouldn't happen with men's clothes. You go like waist 34, leg 34, and they fit. But even if you do that, I know that like I've gotten jeans on ASOS, and like normally I'm a waist 28, I think, and a leg 32, and I've gotten them in different places and they ain't fitting. So it's not to do with me. It's to do with the jeans. So please don't worry about the size necessarily. I know that even with Zara, there is the triangle, the dot and the square are different ways to say whether it is, perfect sizing, whether it is like goes a bit small or goes big, which is ridiculous. Like, it would be great if it was just one standard sizing. But of course, because of the different styles and fabrics, the different ways that things are cut, we as women tend to have greater accessibility of a range of styles, and therefore we have to put up with the fact that in a H&M it's a size 10, in Zara it's a size 8, in ASOS it's a size 12, unfortunately. So getting clothes that fit you well is more important than getting clothes that are in your goal size. I am currently wearing a medium from Stradivarius. It's a medium. It doesn't take away my value to know that it is a medium. I have still lost the weight. I am still generally a size extra small to small. It does not take away my achievement of losing weight by wearing something that is technically bigger. In fact, it actually helps me because it looks better on me than if I was squeezing myself into a size small. Different shops have different sizing ways of doing things. I know that Stradivarius is a Spanish company and is built for Spanish women who tend to be smaller than myself or than the general female that is my ethnicity. And no matter your ethnicity, no matter where you come from, and no matter what size you are, we're all going to be different shapes. So even if I wear a size 10 and my friend is a size 10, we might not be able to wear the same item because of our different shapes. For example, I know that my lower body is now bigger than it was before I had Brannock, because I've had a baby there and I had surgery, and things happen, and that's okay. Following on from that, tip number 6 is that tailoring is your best friend. Now, I understand that tailoring is a very bougie thing to do, and it is not accessible for everybody, and it's not accessible for me all of the time, to be perfectly honest with you. It is very expensive, and there are a few items that I will tailor. The more expensive items or secondhand things that are really good find that I want to fit really well. I have a Dolce & Gabbana dress that is going to be tailored to fit me now because it's a little bit loose, and while it was a bargain, I still will spend the money to have that tailored because it is an investment piece for me. I'm not suggesting that you go and tailor every tank top that you get or every single pair of trousers, but learning to do a few tacks on an item of clothing or put a little extra stitch in somewhere, especially if you go for those size ups. If you are, say for me, my biggest area is around my waist, not around my waist, around my hips and my stomach and my thighs. But I have a very small waist. So sometimes I need to get a 12 to fit around my bum, but my waist is more of an 8. And that's a big disparage, there's a big difference between the two. So I end up having to put a stitch in, or I end up using a belt or something like that. But sometimes like a simple stitch to pull things in. I have a bias cut. A lot of skirts that I have this issue with, because I want them to be flattering and to fit well around my loose skin, around my thighs and around my stomach. I will put in a stitch, or my mom will put in a stitch sometimes, depending on who's available, around the waist, just to draw the waist in on it. And that will make it, just fit me a little bit better and look a little bit better. So tailoring can be your best friend. Learning to do a few stitches by watching a couple of YouTube videos or TikToks can make all the difference. And you never know, you might end up making your own clothes. And my final tip for dressing for loose skin is that you can always use shapewear. Now, I said prior to having Brannock that I was not going to wear shapewear, that I had spent my life wearing shapewear and I did not want to wear shapewear anymore. However, I have changed my opinion on that, and I have worn some shapewear that has been incredibly good for what I need. Now, I'm not talking that I'm wearing a full Spanx anymore or anything like that, and maybe I will depending on the outfit or what I want to fit into or what I want to look in a certain way. And I know that many people who are not in any way, have never been overweight, have no extra weight on them, they wear shapewear just to I saw Rebecca with Love said it very well the other day. She said it was like your primer for your makeup. And that does make sense. It smooths out the body and just helps to add a smooth silhouette before you put whatever it is on that you're wanting to wear. If I was going to an event, I probably would wear shapewear. But on my day to day, I'm wearing a crop top and trousers today. I'm not going to be putting shapewear on. One thing that I will say is do not underestimate the power of tights. As I was saying earlier, these kind of come into shapewear for me. I don't like my upper thighs. They are where I have the most obvious loose skin that people would see. I'm not showing my lower, like below my belly button to anybody except my partner. So most people don't see that. But tights are so helpful. Tights can be amazing. Even a pair of nude tights that I wear with maybe a fishnet over them. I wore them the other night to wear some booty shorts, and my God, did I feel so confident and so good in myself. These are little enhancements that we can make. It doesn't mean that we're hiding. It doesn't mean that we are ashamed of our body. It just helps us to feel a little more confident. And if there's anything that we can do to help us feel a little more confident, then let's do it. I also like tights as well because they can help to hold stomach in, help to smooth out loose skin. I don't necessarily go for the shapewear tights, just even a normal pair of tights. Typically you'll find me, if I'm wearing a mini skirt, especially during the summer, I'll be wearing a pair of 10 or 15 denier tights. So the really thin, very light tights that are normally I will wear black ones. Occasionally I will wear the like tanned version, but typically I'll wear the black ones, and I really like that look, especially for me as somebody who is more of a grungy, alt, rocker style. They really suit me. Guys, that is the end of the video. Please let me know if you've made it to the end. Leave me the dancing lady at the bottom and let me know if you have any tips for dressing with loose skin, or if there's anything else that you would like me to specifically talk about in this video or in a future video about dressing with loose skin. If there's anything, any particular style that you are intrigued in, if you have any Pinterest posts that you've liked to, style, and hopefully I can find something and I can replicate them. I will love you and leave you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Love you and leave you. And please don't forget to show up for yourself. Bye, guys. Know that what was my point? Shoot. Okay.